This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. I am Merciful Jinamo, and you're watching TOS News Update. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Adamu, has ordered the immediate deployment of additional units of mobile police force and other police tactical squads to Imo State to strengthen security in the state. The IGP gave the directives in a statement signed by the Force Public Relations Officer Frank Mba following the attack on security operatives and formations, including the Imo State Police Command Headquarters and the headquarters of the Nigerian Correctional Services, Owerri, in the early hours of Monday, 5th of April 2021. The Nigeria Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers has tasked members to prioritize professionalism as they discharge their duties to the society. The charge came as the institute confers fellowship honor to deserving members in the nation's capital city, Abuja.
As the Nigeria Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers confers fellowship honor on deserving senior members, the chairman of the institute, Engineer Kings Adeyemi, said the honor is conferred on senior members who have reached the zenith of their career.
Before you can register with current NSC, you must have about 5 years experience. So those that you see being conferred today are professionals that have over 15 years experience in their various fields.
While fielding questions from journalists, Engineer Olu Felix and Engineer Atinuke Awolabi, who are both recipients of the NIEEE Fellowship Award, said the honor is an opportunity for them to give back to the society the wealth of knowledge bestowed upon them.
The institute is about some 35 years old now, and in 2015 we decided to be awarding our members who have made a difference in their various areas of calling, and this year the institute has found some of us worthy to be conferred the prestigious fellowship of the institute.
This award is actually the highest peak. That is the peak of everyone's career. And to be a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, it shows you have really attained the peak of your career and you need to do more for the society now.
Delivering a public lecture on broadband internet technology, a fellow of the NIEEE, Engineer Moses Steven, who gave an account of a study on broadband technology and other internet services, said the lecture is targeted at finding solution to internet-related issues in the country.
In the course of the study, we also discovered that some of the receivers available in the Nigerian market are not of good quality.
NIEEE have conferred fellowship honor on over 121 professionals since 2015.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has interrupted a suspected drug trafficker, Goodluck Ibinekwe Ode. He was caught at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, with 2 kilograms of heroin. According to the agency, the substance has a street value of 564 million naira and was hidden in the suspect's suitcase. A statement by the Director of Media and Publicity and Advocacy, NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, said the 40-year-old suspect from the Ipoba Oka local government area of Edo State was arrested at the departure lounge of the airport. National Association of Resident Doctors have faulted the position of the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, and the Minister of Health, Dr. Osagi Ehanire, as regards their industrial action. Ngige had warned that there will be no work, no pay order on the striking National Association of Resident Doctors if they refuse to resume work. Ngige insisted that the government had met the demand of the striking doctors. And moving on to Tigray, Ethiopia has announced that Eritrean forces have started withdrawing from Ethiopia's conflict-hit Tigray region in the north after fighting on the government side in a war against the region's fugitive leaders from the Tigray People's Liberation Front. The United States, Germany, France, and other 6 G7 countries called on Friday for a swift, unconditional, and verifiable withdrawal of the Eritrean soldiers, followed by a political process that is acceptable to all Ethiopians. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News Update. When we return, more news to stay. welcome back. About 2.1 million people in Ethiopia's eastern Somali regional state is in need of humanitarian assistance. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs disclosed this in a bi-weekly humanitarian bulletin report on Sunday. It disclosed the drying up of traditional water sources as well as the availability of limited functional water boreholes in the drought-affected areas, and various food and non-food humanitarian assistance need to be met. At least $65.5 million is required to cover all identified needs, the company disclosed. Conflict, drought, and seasonal floods have contributed to internal displacement in Ethiopia's Somali regional state and elsewhere. The humanitarian needs in the country have also been exacerbated by the outbreak of the COVID-19 disease. President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, has urged the foreign ministers of Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sudan to make a fresh start. He made a statement on Sunday in a meeting in Kinshasa that concludes Monday over Addis Ababa's contested Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Blue Nile. The human dimension must be at the heart of these tripartite negotiations, he added. The Nile, the world's longest river, is a lifetime supplying both water and electricity to the 10 countries it crosses. Upstream Ethiopia says hydroelectric power produced by the GERD will be vital to meet the energy needs of its 110 million people. Egypt, which depends on the Nile for about 97% of its irrigation and drinking water, sees the dam as an existential threat. And Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to reopen the economy and relaunch international travel as he works in an update on coronavirus roadmap. Johnson is expected to confirm that non-essential retail, outdoor hospitality, and hairdressers can reopen on April 12th in England, and he will also give more details on vaccine passport and international travel. A prosecutor has alleged that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made use of his power and saw favors as currency. At his corruption trial, Layat Ben-Ari told a court in Jerusalem that he sought improper benefits from owners of major media in Israel to advance his personal affairs. Meanwhile, Netanyahu denied any wrongdoing. The hearing comes as Israel's president met with members of parliamentarians. The Nigerian bottling company is being accused by rival brand Rights Foods that its Predator energy drink introduced into the nation's market in 2020 had gone against the trademark of its Fearless energy drink. Rights Food Limited in a suit filed against Nigerian bottling company before a Lagos court had insisted NBC had infringed on its Fearless energy drinks, which consist of the Red Berry and Classic brands, which were produced in June 2017 before the Predator brand was launched in June 2020. And France is donating approximately €6 million to finance the World Trade Organization's technical assistance program for developing countries and least developed countries from 2021 to 2023. The intervention is aimed at improving participants' understanding of global trade rules and standards. French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire and the country's Minister Delegate for Foreign Trade, Franck Riester, confirmed the contribution at the signing ceremony with WTO Director General Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala held at Geneva. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS News Update. More stories when we return. Just stay. You're welcome back. Nigeria's external reserves have maintained a positive momentum in the past 2 weeks, rising by $404 million to $34.8 billion as of March 31, 2021. These, according to figures compiled from the Central Bank of Nigeria's website, represented an increase by 1.2% compared with the $34.4 billion it was as of March 18, 2021. The uptick was primarily due to a rise in the benchmark Brent crude oil price, which has remained around $60 per barrel. This is about $20 per barrel above the $40 per barrel, which the federal government's 2021 budget is predicated on. A cumulative volume of 734 million barrels of crude oil and condensates were lifted by all parties, including oil multinationals and the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, between October 2019 and October 2020, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has said. In terms of accrual values for the lifted barrels, the NNPC data showed that from all government sources, a gross revenue of $9.7 billion was raked in, while the corporation's joint venture with international oil companies yielded $22.9 billion in the period under review. In talking entertainment, today's wire Tommy Wellington has revealed that she was pregnant with twins but lost the pregnancy to miscarriage. The wife of ace singer Banky W made this known in a chat at the West Waterbrick studio while expressing gratefulness for their life. She stated that when the doctors told her they could not find the children's heartbeat, she broke down and began to wail. And still talking entertainment, Nigerian movie star Rita Dominic has spoken about the reason she decided to show off her man on Instagram. The actress made this known during a chat with Chilled, Jende Onwu, on his show With Chilled. She stated that it happened out of happiness. With Dominic's partner Anosuke is the founder of Folio Media Group, a multimedia company that owns Daily Times Nigeria, founded in 1926, the country's oldest newspaper. And now to sport. The hall of residence provided by the organizers of the ongoing National Sports Festival has been rejected by athletes and officials of Team Lagos. The team was initially offered Hall 4 but rejected it over the room's poor standard. One of the athletes told newsmen it took the intervention of their team management for the local organizing committee to replace the accommodation. In talking wrestling, Ekeke Meajomo secured qualification to the Global Multisport Showpiece on the final day of the Africa Oceania Olympic qualifiers in Hammamet, Tunisia. He will be the only Nigerian male wrestler at the delayed Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The 2018 African champion produced 3 big wins to seal a first ever Olympic berth. And that is TOS News Update on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us and enjoy more programs. I am Merciful Ajinamo. Thank you for watching.